Greg, will you please look and make sure that I'm not totally out of the shot on mine?
Oh no, you're good.
Okay, fantastic. Greg's good. And Greg's good to have around. You have this rig going, and you're making sure that we're not talking to nothing. So that's really
That's
good.
great.
You don't even know.
I know your sister.
That is true.
You come from good people, so it means you're great. Ready? Fantastic. 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Do Good Leadership Labs podcast. My name is Mike, and today I'm at Empire High School getting a chance to chat with some middle school students and high school students and the assistant principal of the year, I think, already. The early returns are in, right? So we're having a great conversation today, and as we get started, I just want to invite you to introduce yourself, tell us your name, what grade you're in, and what you love to do for fun.
I'm Kinsley Kirk. I'm in 8th grade. I like singing, art, and I like to dance.
Okay, now when you say sing, like you like to write music, do you like to just sing Ariana Grande or whatever you can find, or what do you like to sing?
I like to sing with music. Sometimes I like to do just karaoke. I don't know. I can't write music. That's all I can say.
Okay,
I'm scared at it.
so karaoke. Okay,
Yeah.
if you get a chance, if we have an EMS and an EHS karaoke contest, and you don't have to, you get to enter what song. If you could only enter one song, what would it be? And who's it by?
That's the thing. I gotta think on those.
Okay, we'll come back around. As soon as we get all the way back around, we're coming right for you. Kinsley?
Yeah.
Okay. If I say your name wrong, please call me Mick. All right. Thanks, Kinsley.
I'm Jill Vester. I'm in 11th grade, and I like pretty much the same thing. Anything to do with art, I'm pretty much interested in.
So, Jill, what do you my version of art is like finger painting. I'm not great at art. What do you like when you say art? What do you like to do?
All of it. I have made ceramic sculptures. I painted. I write poetry, stories, songs. I'm in band. I do music, media class, filming
cool.
projects.
So when you say art, you're like everything.
It's a very broad range.
That's really cool. There's this thing called sketchnoting. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like visual communication. Maybe it's for both of you. It's where you could sketchnote our podcast, right? Like they film it, they do the interview, and then afterwards you get to watch it, but instead of writing everything that's said or typing it, you're drawing pictures. And so you would draw a picture of Kinsley, probably here up, with all the locks. All right, you draw Kinsley, you draw Jill, you draw Miss Callus, and then you draw me, right? I only draw I draw my face and stick people, so that it's a pretty short range. But that's a really cool thing that a lot of organizations, a lot of schools, they're really trying to train up some folks who are visual communicators, which is you're really drawing the talk. It's a really cool thing. I have some stuff I'll show you about it later if you're remotely interested. But it's a cool thing that I didn't know if you'd heard about, and I thought, we got to bring it up, Jill. Okay, so Kinsley, you like music, and you're working on a karaoke song. We'll come back to you in a minute.
Yeah.
And then you like to draw,
Yeah.
right? And then Jill, you like all things art, and you're a junior,
Yes.
right? Okay. And you were in the 5th grade class when we started doing these leadership labs, right?
Yes.
And who was your teacher?
Miss Roebuck.
Miss Roebuck. She was your teacher. That's in the way back. Miss Roebuck and Miss Turner were teaching 5th grade, and one of the kids in your grade, I don't know if it was in your class, they asked Miss Turner if I was her dad.
No.
Oh.
And everyone giggled, and I said no, but I'm sure he's lovely. It was just a funny thing. But my point is, you've been around for a while, and it was nice to chat with you a few minutes before we started filming. So thank you for all of that. Miss Cowles.
Yeah, okay, so I'm back. I was on last
Yeah, you are.
episode too. My name's Dakota Cowles. I'm the assistant principal in the middle school and the high school. It's still the same as last time. I enjoy reading and
Still
writing.
love reading, and you're still working on the dissertation?
I am.
And how's that still going?
It's going. I'm on my last class and I graduate in May, so thank God.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Pushing through. Last time you said reading, and you're working on the dissertation, and I've watched it back a couple of times, and your face didn't make any weird faces or anything. It was I'm working on it, I'm pushing forward. I think that's great.
Yeah, trying to get done.
Yeah, that's great. My name's Mike. I like to sing. I love the beach, and OKC Thunder. Like that. There's more stuff. I said family, right? My family is the best. My family is not better than your family, but my family is the best, right? So that's all very, very true. So now there's this thing you've been working on for a couple of minutes. Now, do you have remember it's the karaoke sing off, right? And then you're gonna get up and sing, and what song by what artist would you sing?
Probably Talking to the Moon by, I just now forget his
Bruno?
name. Yeah, Bruno.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, you didn't say that you like to sing, but if you got to, you didn't have to, you get to, you got to be in the same karaoke competition, what song would you do?
I don't know, probably something by Adele.
Yeah, really good. Miss Callis, how about you?
Oh no, cut me out on the singing. Cut me out.
What if it's a group? Like, would you sing with a group?
No, I might hum.
Okay.
Might hum a little.
We'll give you an egg shaker. and
Yeah,
you can-
exactly. Yeah, if we're a cappella, I'm the one in the back snapping. I mean, you know.
Gotta keep us on time.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's great. Greg's off camera. He's doing stuff. Hey, Greg, what would you do if in a karaoke competition?
Probably something by Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Hey, that's
Like
good.
Ring of Fire.
Man, you got all the ranges. We got Ring of Fire. We got Bruno. We got all kinds of stuff by Adele. That's fantastic. I would come to that karaoke sing off. So you guys let me know what it's going to be, and I would love to be part of that. Today we're talking about what to do when things get a little bit difficult or when you get disappointments, and we all have that in common, and we don't sign up for it. It just kind of shows up, whether it's car trouble, like my family's having some car repair bills right now, like Merry Christmas, right? Like it's one of those kind of things. I don't assume, Kinsley, right? I don't assume that you have a lot of car repair bills as an 8th grader, right?
Maybe some.
But they don't come out of your wallet / piggy bank / bank account.
I'm broke, so no.
So right. So our disappointments would be different, but we still both have them, right? So I'm not asking you to tell me what are some of your big disappointments, but I'm asking you to share with us when you have a disappointment or something that's difficult, how do you deal with it? What's something that you do to deal with it? Jill, we'll start with you. When you have a disappointment, and I know it varies, it depends on how big it is. I mean, I know that's part of it, but when you're thinking about that, what are some things that you know that you do to deal with some of the disappointments that you have?
Well, depending on what it is, it will change, but for the most part, I just surround myself with people I know make me feel better. I'll hang out with my siblings or my friends, or I'll put on one of my favorite shows with my mom, and we'll sit down and watch it. I really like cooking, so I'll do that sometimes to make myself feel better, making sure other people around me feel good.
That's great. So you said some really cool stuff there. The first thing I want to highlight that you said was I go with people who I know, like it's a safe place, right? You can be with them, or whether you're watching shows. What kind of shows do you like? Like you like to watch Netflix? You like to watch movies? What do you like to watch?
Me and my mom love watching like bad reality television.
Right? I feel that.
We watch Love Island a lot.
Okay. All right. So you watch some TV with your mom, and then you said you like to cook. What do you enjoy cooking?
Mostly desserts. I think baking's a lot because there's a formula to follow, and it turns out the same every time.
Unless you get it out of order.
Yes.
Is that you ever done that before?
Yes.
Okay, so good. I'm not the only one. Like, this is a little therapy for Mike. Like, I'm not the only one who went out of order on the recipe. And that's really, I think that's great to be with people that you love and that you like, and you could watch movies and you could bake something that it's kind of like a home base that you can go back to. I think it's really important that you have that, and I love that you shared that. Kinsley, what about you?
It kind of depends on like how disappointed I am.
Sure.
But if okay, so if it's like not that disappointing, I'll just either put it aside or just like surround myself with like 1 or 2 friends. But if it's like a big thing, I'll go to my family about it and like surround me with a lot of friends. I'll also probably like nap and do a lot of fun stuff I like to do. Like keep it like good.
Yeah. I think that's really important. You know, it's not all, one of the things you said, that's not all disappointments are created equal. You didn't say it just like that, but it depends on what it is, right? And sometimes, listen, I just need to go be by myself. Sometimes I just need to take a nap, because the truth is, sometimes you just need a nap. Like sometimes it really is legit, you're sleep deprived and everything feels like it's bigger than it has to be because you're so tired. But I think it's really important, and you both said that, to have people that you trust, have people that you know you can go and talk to. And I think that's a really big deal. Ms. Gauss, what about you?
So I'm a little different. I am the type of person that when I'm disappointed, I look back on the situation like, why am I disappointed?
Mhm.
You know, what was I expecting out of it? Was I expecting more than was going to come out of it? And that's why I'm disappointed. Did I do something wrong that, you know, created the disappointment? So I'm like the analyzer. I
Yeah.
probably overanalyze things.
Okay.
But I try to figure out why I'm disappointed. And so
Yeah.
I would try to tackle it that way to make myself feel better.
So it sounds like you guys are, one of the things I think that's a great distinction to make. You guys are saying, yeah, I'm disappointed, and here's what I'm going to do because of it. And Ms. Kyle says, I'm disappointed, and here's what I'm going to do about it.
Right.
And to say, okay, well, how did we get here? Because I don't want to repeat, I don't want this feeling again and
Mhm.
again and again.
Right.
And we have different disappointments. But if the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect something different to happen, right? So if it's some one thing that you can figure out what I did wrong, okay, well, that's just one, I'm still going to be disappointed, but it won't be because I did this
Right.
again.
Yeah.
I think that's a really important thing. Were you always that way? Were you always analytical, or did you do more
Oh
of
no, I think that comes with growing up a little bit.
Okay.
I probably wasn't like that when I was an 8th grader or even a junior, but now I think it's, you know, being in leadership and being in classes involving leadership, I think that's kind of, there's not always a route to disappointment, but I would say about 98% of the time there's a route
Yeah.
to disappointment. And if you can find it, hopefully that one particular thing won't make you disappointed again.
I totally agree with that. And I love what you said about the expectations.
Yeah.
What did I expect to happen
Right.
with this, especially a relationship, whether it's a friend relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship? What were
Right.
my expectations? Did I have a little bit higher expectations than there
Right.
should have been, or different? But that's true in life. I think when a lot of the businesses that I talk with, you know, they've got these angry eyebrows and people who are frustrated and like, well, it just didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen. And then in leadership, like you said,
Right.
okay, now that I'm more in leadership, now I'm a leader, okay, I know I need to set clear expectations so I'm not setting up the people who are on my team for the same disappointments.
Right.
I think that's such a huge deal. And the good news is you'll get better at that. You don't have to figure that out in 8th grade. And you'll get better at that. You don't have to figure that out as a junior. Like, I think one of the things that, and you, as you mentioned, this is our second time to have a conversation similar
Right.
to this. And one of the things that I really enjoy about you that I picked up from you is that you're all in.
Yeah.
Like, you're not well, I mean, we'll just try it again kind of halfway and see what happens. Like, this is how it goes, and we're gonna move forward. And where we need to make changes, we will absolutely make changes.
Right.
I think that's a great thing, and I think that I love that you ladies have an example right here at your school every day that you can do that. You have more examples than just one,
Lots more, yeah.
but all you have to do is look for them. And a lot of times we don't find that because we're not looking for that. So I think that's an important thing. One of the things I like to do, and it's kind of similar to what you were talking about, Ms. Gauss, is I have this picture frame, this empty picture frame. It's even got some tape on it because I broke it. But I'm not using it as a picture frame. It just reminds me as a leader when something doesn't go my way, just to reframe the situation. And you know, if the brownies didn't turn out the way I wanted them to be, well, hey, good news, I get a chance to make some more brownies. You know, if the relationship didn't end well, the good news is there's something I can do about it. You can't change it. We talked about rocks and ripples in the session this morning. You throw a rock in the water, the first thing that happens is a splash, then the rock sinks like a rock, that's where the expression comes from, sinks like a rock, but then the ripples go out. And you can't control how far the ripples go out. Whether you're sending them out because of the decision you made or because of a decision that someone else made, you can't control how the ripples come. But what you can control is the way that you look at it. You can always control how you position it. And I love this idea of reframing because then it's got this one question that's tied to it. Like, what does this make possible? This frustration that I had, this bad relationship that I had, this person who we used to be friends, but now we're not friends right now, doesn't mean we won't ever be friends again, but what does it make possible? And I think, are you 13 or 14?
13.
When I was 13, I for sure wasn't thinking about what does this make possible. I was thinking about the girl who used to hold my hand. Why should I hold my hand anymore? Like, what is that about? And then I dealt with, like, I was in 7th grade, my first hand holding girl.